That's your deer right there. Track it. Getting tangled already? It's my fault. It's always my fault. I'll fix him once we get into the woods, if we get into the woods. Okay, he's fixed. So what we got here is a UBT2 from this morning that didn't go well. No disrespect to the handler or the dog. Great people, great dog. Just wasn't their day. But consequently, the dog wandered around quite a bit before we finally called the test and turned it into a practice track. So there's quite a bit of 2 people and a dog wandering around off the scent line with probably the scent of the target on their feet. So I just thought it'd be fun to come out and see how Butt Brain handles it. Right now he's doing okay, but this is pretty much an easy part, and it's before the trouble started with the other dog, so it's a distraction. He doesn't get right back to work. I let him know that I want him to pay attention, but he got right back to work. Let's see how it goes. Here's where the first problem started. The other dog went in the woods at the wrong spot. And Val's biting on that line. That's interesting. I think he just tried to acknowledge the line over to the right. He's definitely going into the woods at the wrong spot, I feel. Let's see if he goes in or comes back out. He's going in. Let's just see what he does. I do not believe this is the line. He's looking up. He's confused. Doesn't have it. But he's continuing. If I didn't know any better, I'd probably follow him. This is I'm not going to follow him across this creek if he's following that other dog. But this is a situation where we get called to follow other dogs once in a while. He's trying to make a correction, or he's getting a drink. One of the two. Let's see what he does. I'll let him get his drink. It's a pretty long walk to the hit site. And, you know, this could be kind of crazy, but I'm going to try and let him do it. We do get calls to follow other dogs. We get calls from hunters who they're positive their deer's dead and they just don't believe it, and they talk me into it. And mostly when I do it, it's from the handler themselves. They'll call me and say, I think this deer's dead, would you back us up? And that's perfectly acceptable, but I'm going to try not to influence him. He's looking for a way up over there. He might smell the line over there. I'll go with him if he goes, because he's a little bit this side of the line, but he probably will intercept the line on this course right here. This is not the line, but I'm going to give him a chance to find it. And, you know, these tracks like this in the real world, you might end up doing a lot more walking. We didn't. It must have rained a little bit on this line overnight. Because we definitely put 3 ounces of blood out on this line. I think he reacquired the line here. So he's not following that other dog's mistake right now. line. Definitely working the line goes right through there. See if he figures it out. Doesn't smell it. Look back at me. I did nothing for him. Coming back on his own and looking for it. And I'm going to let him work it out. I'm going to stay at the end of my 30-foot line when I can. You're not tangled. I'm not going to commit unless he commits. Little hop step was a commit. I think he's smelling the line over here. Let's see if he picks it up. Yep. Right there's a marker I put out behind the other dog to help me. So he reacquired the line right there, but still I don't know in the real world, so until he commits and moves out, I'm going to pick this marker up because it is not my property. He's having to work for it. He stops, I stop. He checks an area, I stop and let him work. I'm trying not to influence the dog. We passed the initial rough patch where the other dog wandered around quite a bit. Now there's one more spot up ahead here where there was a lot of walking around before we finally called the track. And it's just after the first turn. You can see that marker. I put that up behind the other dog for me. The dog tracked over it. That was to help me find the line if I needed to restart the dog. It wasn't there for the handler this morning. Yeah. Where are we? Might have to check the oh, we just went through the turn. Turkey. Built-in distraction. I think he went through the turn. I'm gonna see if he'll figure it out. I'm looking around to see where the turn actually is. I think it's right in here somewhere. Not influencing him, not pushing him. I'm gonna let him figure it out. That dog wandered around quite a bit in here. I don't believe he's following that dog. I think, pretty sure that's the turn, or maybe it's right. Maybe it's right in here. Either way, he just ran it over again. Yeah, I think the turn is right here or close to it. I'm going to check my GPS. It's amazing how I get turned around. I just ran this thing this morning. Bear with me. Okay. Oh, it's not showing my original track. I don't know why. Okay, I may edit this out for you, but I'm coming. Okay, here we go. I don't know why I had to do that, but oh, he's following the other dog. All right, let's see what happens here. That's interesting that he's following the other dog. He followed the other dog off the line exactly where the other dog went off the line, I think. He's going to have to make a turn here at some point. There it is. Not the approved solution, and it doesn't really show what I want it to show, which is that you can follow another dog and your dog can find the deer. Should be close to that first bed somewhere in here. Catch up to my dog. I think he's got the line right there. He's not turned around. I am. Air sending. Not what we're looking for. Oh, the bed's right here. Let's see how he does. We're at the 21, 22 hour point right here. Yep. See that hop step? I think he actually smelled the line from up there. The bed's right here. He's on the line. Right now he's on the line. Pretty cool. Checking himself. When he does that in the real world, I take a good look at it. It might be showing me something that I can see. Not always, but sometimes. And this is what I'd expect following another dog that did not find the deer. A little bit sloppy looking, but more major corrections. The hunters and the dog have the scent of the wounded animal on their feet. Likewise in practice, the scent of the hooves and blood. And they're pulling it all over and not following the actual scent line, creating their own scent lines, mini grid searches, if you will. Now, there was some more wandering around in here, but the dog eventually reacquired. He's stopping and looking up, which means I'm on the edge. I don't smell it. That dog did walk down in that direction, but he did a big loop around and reconnected. I think the turn is right in here. I suspect he's following some extraneous scent. He knows. See him checking other areas, stopping, looking up. He's not stepping off down an obvious line. Doesn't smell it over there, doesn't smell it over there, trying to air scent. A little frustration. He's thinking about what to do. Trying hard not to help him, but I want to. That's not how we do it. Now, in the real world, if I get him standing there like this, I'll tell him to get back to work, but I don't want to push him in any particular direction. I think he's thinking about it right now, unless he thinks he's stuck, but I don't see any reason he would think that. All right, he thought it over. He's going to check back over here. He's not going to smell it over there eventually. That dog didn't go too far in there. He's probably still within reason where that other dog went. And I have to give him some leeway to search around. I don't think he's stuck. He's acting... he's acting like he's stuck. You're not stuck. Yep, this is like just like a grid search. I mean, the dog went in there, we followed him, came back, looped around a little bit. I'm looking for him to step off in a direction confidently, and then I'll follow him. He's heading right back to the line. Let's see if he snaps his head and goes. Oh, he stopped too soon. Oh, what was that? No problem area. No, still kind of meandering, trying to shovel it in. He knows he's in the right general area, I think, because he's heading in that direction. Now he's stepping off, and I'm losing him, and he's looks kind of like a coherent line. So I'm going to follow him. I think he's on the line right now. That took a while, but that's what you got to expect. He's definitely following the scent, the target scent on that other dog. Lost confidence there. I think he's too far to the left. Pretty sure that other dog did that. Working his way back. Now, if we were in the real world, I didn't know how far we had left. Not helping him, not making eye contact. I would probably give him a drink at this point. He's panting quite a bit. I might do it anyway. And I would hope to do it over a spot of sign. He's having to work. Maybe restarting himself. He may be frustrated to the point where he's just wandering all over at this point. And that's where he's definitely off the line. But he's checking back in that area where that other dog walked, I believe. I think that's what we're dealing with. Doesn't smell it. He's coming back. He's having to work. I like it. Mr. Cocky. I'm not helping you. Where's that deer? Just not going far enough that direction, I think. That's my feeling. He's GPSs aren't exact, but I think the line goes right through up here. But real world, you get in an area like this that's a problem area, as long as the dog keeps trying, I'll stand here and watch him. I'll meander around with him until he lines out on something. See that hop step right there? He likes something over there. It's not right. But in the real world, I see that and I think, okay, he's got it. You ready? Track that deer. Track it. So here we are back at the last spot. He looked good. And seems to like it. Right about here is where he started tooling off, following that other dog. He's not doing it this time. Not yet, anyway. Sniffing a hole in the tree. There's our second bed right there. So this is the line. And that's how you do it in the real world. The dog starts wandering around, you're expecting to see sign and don't see any. You don't get this confident tracking behavior that you're seeing right here. You go for a ways because you trust your dog, but eventually it gets to the point where he starts looking up all the time, stopping, not following a coherent line. If it's not an obvious scent pool, easy, then very good. You take him back to the last known spot because you marked it, or the last spot you thought he looked good. We're coming up on the third turn. The other dog overshot this. Had to come back. I wasn't sure exactly what it was. Right there. Get in there. Very good. That's what you call a head snap right there. Kind of a delayed reaction, like you didn't commit too quickly to it, but you definitely know. Now he's going back a little ways. Gets a little tricky in here. We get on a deer trail and then I veer off, not a 90, but I veer off. That's probably wrong. He's coming back. That's what we like to see. Not influencing him, I'm just standing here because he stopped. He likes that, so I'm going with him. I think that other dog did this. I don't know if it's right. I think it is. I think there's, yeah, see there he made that little, I think he found that cut. He wants to go back on that deer trail because it's more interesting, but he knows the line goes down into the weeds right there. And there he goes. Very good. That's what we're looking for. We don't see a lot of signs, so we're trusting our dog. I trusted him at that one point, and he was wrong. I think I need to go down the hill at some point here. Might be right here. Might not. Oh yeah, it's right here. See if he comes back. He's coming back. No, maybe not. I'm not going to influence him. He likes that. Until he doesn't. I'm laughing at him because that marker on that tree is not mine. Doesn't mean anything, but here he is working back to the line. Working back to the line. Good nose work. I'm not pushing him. I'm gonna wait for him to commit. There he goes. It's a little crazy in here once we cross this little tributary creek. There's a fence that's dangerous that I had to mark, but it's very close to the target. He's smelling, I don't see blood on those rocks, but he's smelling blood on those rocks. I put a bunch on there. Now that other dog veered off here a little bit and we let him. I don't know if he'll follow him or follow the correct line. Okay, he's following the dog. That other dog went all the way out into the field. I don't know if I'll let him do that. Just for not having to come. I don't want to have to come all the way back in here. I'm back. Hurry up. See how stubborn he is? He knows. He smells it in there because that other dog was there with his handler. He's not going to love all these stickers in here, but he knows this is the line. He smells it. Yep, that's the exact line. Now he's coming to that. I'm going to get him untangled here. Don't want to push him, but he needs to go to the right. Or he can jump the fence right there if he wants. But there's where I marked the fence. He's still smelling where the other dog went. Might be in the scent pool here. That hoof's been laying there for a while, though. He smells the actual line, and he's going back to it. Very good. We love that. Definitely smells it over there. You're not tangled, I got you, brat. He thought he was tangled. What a sissy. Doesn't like the stickers either. That's the fence. Jump it. Okay, now he's home free. I don't want to push him. I just wanted to get this marker off. Still smelling probably the scent over there to the left from where the other dog walked. Picking his way through. I'm going to give him his head. Not going to push him. Kind of watching the tail. I like to get the tail on video. Oh, I almost fell over the fence I just marked. The hoof should be right in there somewhere. Let's see if he wags his tail. Somebody moved it this morning. Good boy. What a good dog. Good boy, Valentino. Oh, yeah. You had to work for that one, dude. That was fun. That was fun. What a good dog. What a good tracking dog. Yeah. You had to work for that one. All right. All right. Good boy. What a good dog. What a good dog. All right. That was really fun. And you can see, I mean, I argue with my buddy Gary all the time about this. He thinks the dog's following the dog. I think it's just like a grid search. I think the dog's following the scent of the target on the dog and on the handler and on the hunter and on the observers and friends and all that. We follow dogs 2 or 3 times a year, and we find deer that the other dog didn't find. So, I mean, it can be done. It's not easy. There's going to be situations like we saw in the video where the dog gets off and I follow him. I did it a longer way than I normally would have, just to see. It was kind of fun to watch, to see where he'd go. And he fessed up a couple of times and just got too far off the actual scent line to either air scent it or remember where it was. So I took him back to a simulated spot of blood, or the last spot where he looked good. We got a little drink, and then that's where I restarted the video. I told him to track it, restarted the video. He stepped right down the line and eventually found it. Made that little jink off that last deer trail after the last, after the third turn. And that was pretty nice. Got in here again and went where the other dog went, and you saw it. I stopped him. I just didn't want to go out in the field and have to come all the way back and go in a roundabout way, but you could see he came right back, acknowledged the actual line, got on it, went a little bit left of it, stopped on his own, realized that it was over to his right, and came back and went around to the right. So, I mean, these dogs can do it. following another dog like that, even when they wander around quite a bit. He's giving me the look because he wants his reward. And today's reward is really special. Chicken. Fireman's fundraiser. Had some leftover chicken. I don't think I give this to my dog all the time, but he's been doing pretty well on his weight program. And yeah, fried chicken. It's pretty salty too, so. But it's a chicken thigh from the fireman's picnic on last Saturday, and we're probably not going to eat it at this point, so I'm breaking off pieces. Good boy, what a good dog. What a good dog. I'd give it to him, but he'd eat the whole thing, bones and all, and it's got cooked bones, so we don't do that. Whoop. All right, buddy. Nice job. So, bottom line, don't be afraid to follow another dog with your seasoned tracking dog. They can do it. It just might be a little more interesting than slam dunk. You've seen him do these UBT2s at 50 hours and march right down the line. But when you throw in that confusion of the grid search, and sometimes they get too far off the line to remember where it was, you got to bring them back to a known spot when that happens. So I recommend marking known spots a lot in the real world, but when you're in a grid search or you're following another dog, definitely mark that last spot of blood. You won't find it again, and it's really handy to have when what you saw today happens. Hope you enjoyed it. We've got a really fun demo coming up Thursday and Friday. I'll probably put it up this weekend or next week. There's a guy coming out who's got a really nice dog, and they're an experienced team, and he wanted a super hard track. So Gary's coming down, and we're going to lay him a super hard track. And I'm planning on videoing laying the track, and then video the actual track itself, and hopefully everything works out. We know we got a good set of hooves, and we know we got a good handler and a good dog. So, but there are going to be checks in there that are very hard. Other than that, hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you soon. Take care.